if you're considering getting the new Galaxy Tab S8, but you've also noticed there's a slightly older tablet at a similar price that's actually bigger and has pretty good specs and features in the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus. So which one should you buy? Let's get started and find out. Pricing is going to be somewhat similar between these two, starting at $700 for the Tab S8, and you can find the S7 Plus around $650 or even as low as $500 or less if you want to get the Amazon Renewed version. And then you get 6 GB of RAM, 128 GB of storage on the S7 Plus. There's also an 8 GB version with 256 or 512 GB of storage for the S7 Plus, and then 8 GB of RAM, 128 or 256 GB of storage with the S8. So you're not going to get 512 GB like the bigger Plus version, but still pretty good options here for both tablets considering the price. As far as build quality goes, they're going to be very similar, even really close to the same thickness. Obviously just quite a bit larger on the S7 Plus and a tad bit heavier, but still feels really lightweight for that size. One of the biggest differences between these two is going to be the screen size. It's an 11-inch LCD display on the regular S8 versus a 12.4-inch Super AMOLED display on the S7 Plus. You also get 1600 by 2560 on the S8 versus 1752 by 2800 on the S7 Plus. You're also going to have some people that like the Super AMOLED display over the LCD on the S8, but really it's going to come down to personal preference. I think both look really good in person, and regardless of which one you go with, it's still going to be one of the best displays available on tablets in 2022. Both are great for watching movies, playing games, reading, or just browsing online. 2160p resolution when watching YouTube videos, full HD playback on Netflix. Besides being different technology for the screens, they are going to be slightly different in color and brightness as well. The S7 Plus is not only bigger, it appears to be a little bit brighter over the S8, at least in person. I don't know if you can tell from this video, but the colors also look a little more vibrant on the S7 Plus as well. The battery life between these two tablets, you get a 10,090 milliamp hour battery in the S7 Plus, 8,000 milliamp hour in the S8. So you probably would think you're going to get a lot better battery life on the larger tablet, which in this case is, yeah, sort of true. During my battery drain test, I got about 7 hours in the S8 and then 8 hours before the S7 Plus died. So slightly above average compared to other tablets I've tested. I mean, you're going to get through the whole day with normal usage with either one. Obviously more if you turn the screen brightness down, but if you want the tablet with better battery life, you'll want to go with the S7 Plus. You're also going to get pretty much the same S Pen on each tablet, making it easy to draw, take notes, use stuff like Air Actions to control your camera app, or just move around the software. If you want a tablet with a stylus, it's really going to be hard to beat either of these. Even if you put these up against an iPad with the Apple Pencil, you're still going to have quite a few people that prefer these. Both tablets are on Android 12, so as you would expect, very similar software experience between the two, maybe slightly different. You can also attach a keyboard and mouse to both of these for multitasking. You can also use Samsung DeX on both tablets, which is a nice feature to have. Now, one thing I did notice is it doesn't allow you to download Adobe Rush on the older S7 Plus. Not sure if it's the processor or what, but it just seems a little odd because I feel like it's got plenty of power. One area of the S8 is gonna beat the S7 Plus is gonna be software updates, because obviously it's the newer tablet, so it's gonna be supported longer. But I gotta say, Samsung is one of the better Android companies out there when it comes to software support. You can tell from the Geekbench testing, the S8 is going to be a little more powerful than the S7 Plus. 836 versus 1216 in single core scores, and then 2894 versus 3275 on multi-core scores. So of course the newer Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor in the S8 is going to make it feel a little bit faster in most cases, but the S7 Plus still has really good performance even in 2022. They both feel like they have enough power to run just about anything. Unfortunately, LumaFusion isn't available yet to test out on the S8, but there's Adobe Rush if you want to do some video editing on the S8. It's not available on the S7 Plus for some reason. I'm guessing it could be the processor, I'm not sure. But I think most people are going to be happy with the performance regardless of which tablet you get. Gaming on these two are going to be somewhat similar, which is going to be some of the best gaming performance when it comes to Android tablets. You can play on extreme frame rate, ultra HD graphics on PUBG Mobile. I didn't have any problems with that or Asphalt 9, no overheating issues or significant drop in frames. I also tested out the new Apex Legends mobile on both tablets just to see how it does on the new mobile version. I feel like both performed pretty good considering it's a newer mobile game, and I think most people are going to enjoy playing games on either tablet. For me, I know it's a little bit easier to handle the smaller S8 for touch-based games where I find myself using a controller on the larger S7 Plus. I used to think the Plus version was a little too big, then Samsung said, here's the S8 Ultra, and now the Plus version actually feels pretty normal for a tablet. You're also going to have slightly different fingerprint scanners. The S8 is built right into the power button, S7 Plus is built into the screen. So again, it's going to be personal preference on which one you like better. Normally for phones, I would say the one on the power button because it's faster, but I don't know, on a larger tablet like this, it almost feels more convenient to have it right on the screen. You're going to get 2 AKG speakers on each side of both tablets, so pretty much the same 4-speaker setup, and they're going to be some of the best sounding tablets that you will hear. The larger S7 Plus though is a tad bit louder overall, but both sound good. Let me give you a quick sample of each just to see what you think. Good thing is both tablets feel like they're pretty good when it comes to camera quality, probably some of the best for Android tablets. If you're going to be using these for Zoom meetings or video conference calls, to me the S8 does have a little bit better quality camera, but I still feel like both are pretty decent when it comes to tablets anyways. Taking photos, scanning documents, doing that sort of stuff, both are going to look just fine. They're still not going to be quite as good as say flagship cell phones. You're going to get up to 4K 30 frames per second when it comes to video recording on both tablets. Here's a few samples of each just to give you an idea of what to expect. So hopefully this video gave you a little closer look at the Galaxy Tab S8 and the S7 Plus. I don't feel like it was a huge improvement from the S7 to the S8 tablets, but they're both really good, probably some of the best available right now when it comes to Android tablets. It may even come down to which size you want, and then of course how important software updates are, and whether you like Super AMOLED or if you're okay with an LCD display. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.